So I was just at the gym, and it's been a long while since I made a video. I was listening to some other people, um, Neo GameSpark actually, and a few other do their review of the Xbox conference, and thought, you know what, stuff it, do my own. It's been a while, nothing else to do. Resident Evil is kicking my ass in mercenary mode at the moment. Resident Evil Village, that is. Those second levels are just not fun, not fun. Almost got 100%. I'll get there one day. I'll probably move on to Star Wars now. It's got that next gen update. I haven't finished that yet, so I'll get stuck into that. But the whole point of this video that I'm doing right now is to basically give my thoughts on Xbox's E3, and I'll call it Xbox's E3 because no one else has really done anything. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess, and Elden Ring, but it's been a pretty average E3. I would put that down to COVID. I think we'd all agree that it's messed up the industry in a big way. There's a big delays and a few games that, Sony's even said that Horizon 2 might not make holiday this year, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. Rely on Ghostwire, Tokyo and Deathloop, I guess. But hopefully they get Horizon out for Christmas so we can all get stuck into that. Anyway, Xbox conference. I'll give my rating now. I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10. I see a lot of people online saying it was crap, a lot of people saying it was amazing, and obviously it's going to come down to personal opinions, but they went, 30 games, 27 of them Gamepass, which is one point I want to get over. I'll do that last, but there's 3 things I wanted to get over, 3 things I want to talk about and discuss. Number 1 is next gen only, which is a big narrative that's been pushed ever since these consoles were launched. Microsoft was straight up honest and said, we will support Xbox One for 1 to 2 years. And everybody lost their shit. Everybody's like, they're holding back next gen. How dare they do this? Every console generation's had some sort of crossover, even PS3, PS4, PS2, PS3, it happens. It takes a while for games to be good or utilize the hardware they've got. Developers have to get the tools get updated, and consoles are PCs now. We know this. They're basically a PC that plays games really well. But the narrative was, Xbox, no good. Sony, yay, because they believe in generations. And yes, I'm an Xbox if you haven't noticed. Although I own all consoles and I play games on everything, just not mobile gaming. But back to my point. Next gen only titles. Now I'm going to throw up a list here. I won't go over every single game on the list, but out now, and that's what everyone's saying, at least the PlayStation 5 has some true next-gen games out now. Kudos, they do. Demon Souls, Ratchet & Clank, which Ratchet & Clank looks amazing, can't take that away from him. Returnal, Astro's Playroom. Sony said they're only going to do PS5 games. And now we get Horizon 2, God of War 2, Gran Turismo 7, all come to PS4. Xbox, on the other hand, said they're only going to support it for 1 to 2 years. But they've just announced at this show a whole bunch of games. A whole bunch, really good. We'll get into those games, not all of them, but we'll get into them soon. But for this next generation only lineup, we have Flight Sim, Outer Worlds 2, Contraband, Starfield, Redfall, Stalker 2, Everwild, State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark, Avowed, Forza Motorsport. That is a lot of games that are not coming to Xbox One. They are fully getting into the next generation next year. Whereas Sony are going to be releasing multiple games next year on PS4. There's a whole bunch of untitled projects here. Look, they're not coming out for a while, so chances are they will all on both consoles, PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series S and X will only be on the next gen consoles. Sony, they lied. They plainly straight up lied. They would have known these games were coming to PS4. Look at the trailers. Gran Turismo 7 only on PS5. God of War 2 was only on PS5. Horizon, only PS5. No. They're all on PlayStation 4. They haven't got enough PlayStation 5s out there to justify it. So going forward, Microsoft in the next couple of years is going to be the console. Yes, they don't have a lot out now, we know that. It's been a pretty slow start. Very slow start. Game Pass keeps them ticking over. Saying that, PS5 only has Demon Souls, Ratchet & Clank, Returnal, Astro's Playroom. That's not a great deal of next-gen exclusives. Their next-gen exclusive on PlayStation 5 I know they've got a conference coming up, but it might not be until Spider-Man 2 comes out, or Last of Us remake. Like, Uncharted 5 is going to be a fair while away. I don't think that'll be 2022. It could be 2023, so it's going to be a fair while until the PlayStation 5 owners, get another true next-gen only experience. And there's my phone, of course, when I'm recording. I knew that was going to happen. Now, I've said enough, but that's a lot. That is a lot of games that Microsoft are now really quickly transitioning into next-gen. A lot of games are a little bit away, and we'll get into that next. The conference was really, really good. They pretty much went well and truly game after game after game. 30 games, 27 of them are in the Game Pass, which is great. We'll get into that later. And we'll just quickly go over the thing. I mean, they showed off Starfield. I was a little disappointed because it was just CGI. I mean, I think my 7 score really relates to the fact that there was a lot of CGI still. Yes, there was a lot of gameplay. There was a lot of CGI still. But Starfield looks good. They got a release date, locked in release date, which is good. I assume COVID's affected that game. Probably should have been a 2021 release, but it's November 2022. Looks great. Looks really good. I was pretty happy with what we're going to get. Kind of talking about Todd Howard, first up on stage for the presentation. He was kind of talking about it being a Han Solo experience, fairly realistic with a couple of twerks here and there, but a very hardcore RPG. Yes, there'll be guns and shooting, and we'll find out soon enough. I'm guessing next E3 is when we'll probably find out more about that and see gameplay. But it's really good. What else was there? There was Redfall, which is a co-op shooter with vampires. That's coming out in winter 2022, exclusive to Xbox Series X. Same as Starfield, exclusive to Xbox Series X. Yes, they're on PC, but come on, PC isn't a console. PC is basically Xbox. Even Sony is now putting their games, yes, at a later date, on PC, but there's a market there, and PC isn't a console. Console is Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. That's it. Outer Worlds 2 was announced. Redfall being the really big finish. That was a big finish actually, and it's a really long CGI trailer. The best trailer I thought was the Outer Worlds 2. Absolutely hilarious. Really well done. Obviously they're just announcing it. Again, exclusive, not coming to PlayStation, only on Xbox. It's all about Game Pass. A lot of fans are going to be happy for that being announced, but probably 2024 plus. Microsoft Flight Simulator was announced for consoles, with a little crossover with the new Top Gun film. Awesome idea. Yes, it's only running at 30 frames per second on Series X. You show me how many people on this planet have a PC that can run their game at 60 frames per second, and then we can talk about it. Game looks sensational. There's a $350 flight controller coming out for it. People will buy that. They'll get into it. Really, really cool. I'll definitely be playing that. It's Game Pass. I don't need to pay for it. I've got my subscription for a couple of years now. Stalker 2, a little bit delay again, April 2022, looks really, really good. It's the whole Chernobyl thing, really scary, really visually really good. It's next gen only, 3-month time exclusive to the Xbox, which is pretty cool, and 150 gigabytes they released, and that's going to be a really big game. So keen for that one, really keen for that one. Back for Blood, which is the spiritual successor. That's the same team that made I'm having a mind blank. Left 4 Dead. Anyway, the zombie shooter, which multiplayer, 4-player co-op, and it's coming to Game Pass day one. So $70 on PlayStation, Game Pass day one, free, which is really, really cool. The Just Cause team, Avalanche, rumours that Microsoft may have purchased them, may announce they've purchased them in an acquisition. It didn't come out. There's no acquisitions at the show, which was a little disappointing, but this was a Bethesda show that would kind of overshadow that if they announced any acquisitions. But Contraband. So again, looks really cool. Seems to be a heist game. Not a lot shown. Again, CGI trailer, which was again a bit crazy considering it's coming out pretty soon. I think they said. Oh, they didn't give it a date. No, they didn't give a date on that one. So Could be 2023. I think that's what Mr. Jeff Grubb said, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, interesting, exclusive from Avalanche, the Just Cause team. We'll follow that one. I'm sure we'll get some more info on that soon. I thought one of the better showings, Sea of Thieves. Now, we all know about Sea of Thieves. It wasn't great at launch. I played it a little bit, got over it very quickly. I've played it a little bit since then, and it's so much better. But to announce, Pirates of the Caribbean, it looked awesome. I can't wait. Comes out at the end of this month. Free single player / multiplayer expansion, Pirate's Life. Comes out in June 22 actually, so look, a bit over a week away. Amazing. I thought the trailer was really well done. Yakuza Like a Dragon is now in Game Pass as well, and all the Yakuza games are in Game Pass, so that Japanese style games that the Xbox was missing is now there, which is good. They keep building on that. Thought that was really cool. We got some 128 player mode of Battlefield 2042 was shown. A bit strange, it was at the Xbox show. There's rumours that it's coming to Game Pass. If it is, I don't think it will, but if it is, they won't announce that yet. They'll do that closer to the 22nd of October release date. So keep an eye on that one, but the game, multiplayer only, no single player, just full on multiplayer, really pushing the next gen with a player count. If you're into those kind of games, it's going to sell plenty. 12 Minutes is the little indie game with James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley and Willem Dafoe. It's an interactive thriller. Takes place in one room, and you need to check out the trailer. It's pretty hard to explain, but straight into Game Pass day one, which is awesome. Psychonauts 2, yes, it was a crowd-funded thing to begin with, and then they were picked up by Microsoft, and now they own it, so it's coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, PS4, PC, and not coming to PS5, only through backwards compatibility, so that's a next-gen exclusive, so to speak, to Xbox, and we all know why, because anything Xbox buys isn't coming to the PlayStation unless the deal's been put in set. Doom Eternal getting a next-gen update, awesome, can't wait. True ray tracing mode, 60 frames per second, 4K, or 1080p 120 frames per second mode, which 120 frames per second, wow. You play any shooter it's hard to go back to 60, I'm telling you. Big updates for Fallout 76. Not my thing, not into those kind of games, but yeah, Bethesda's trying to fix it. It's getting better. Wouldn't say it's Sea of Thieves better, but yeah, 2 big expansions coming, so fans of that'll love it. Quirky little party animals game. Kind of looks like Fall Guys. Looks pretty fun. Again, Game Pass. Definitely one of those Game Pass fillers, I'm not going to lie, but looks like fun. Get into it. Hades is coming to Game Pass, which is really good. On the Switch at the moment. Coming to PlayStation, Xbox. August 13th, but straight into Game Pass. I'll definitely be checking it out. Won a whole bunch of awards, technically Game of the Year for some people, so pretty cool. 002 was there, the remaster, pretty cool, coming September. The direct sequel to Plague Tale, I haven't played it yet, I've been trying to, it's on Game Pass. Sorry, Game Pass just gives you way too many games, working full time, it's hard to get into all of them. But the sequel to that is coming straight into Game Pass, which is awesome, obviously on other consoles as well. Really cool. Far Cry 6, don't need to talk about it, we've seen it plenty times. What else is there? Shredders, snowboarding game, December, timed exclusive to Xbox. Looks cool. It's been a while since we had a decent snowboarding game, so check out the trailer for that one. There was Atomic Heart's been shown a couple of years ago, they showed that. It's an action RPG. It's coming straight to Game Pass as well. I'm pretty sure, or maybe not. No, I don't think that one is coming to Game Pass. It doesn't say. Anyway, it looked pretty cool. We'll have to wait and see if it is coming to Game Pass. Actually, I've got a little list here. We can pop this up. Place 2D shooter. That looks really cool. Grounded. If you haven't played Grounded, play Grounded. It's so good. It's so much fun. A little game from Obsidian. It's literally Honey trying at the kids. It's getting a Shroom and Doom update. Among Us is coming as well, upgrading to 15 players. Going to be interesting to see how that goes on console. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Eidon Chronicles, there's 2 games coming, one 2022, 2023. Good to pick up Japanese RPGs. Yes, Garfield. Very much in the vein of the guys that made the Sudoku games, which is pretty cool. Coming to Game Pass, both of them. In 2022 and 2023, 2 different games. The Ascent's coming end of July, looks really good, straight into Game Pass. RPG shooter, looks really, really cool. And one of the best little world premiere announcements was the Xbox mini fridge. Yeah, Xbox mini fridge. Wow, I'll be picking up a mini fridge. I don't care what anyone says. That's the Xbot in me. It's powered by Xbox cooling architecture. Unfortunately, it's not coming to Game Pass. You do have to pay for it separately. So that was pretty big. There's a lot of games shown off there, a lot, and a lot of next-gen Series X only games, which was really cool. Of course, we had Age of Empires on PC. A lot of people love that. It's straight into Game Pass as well. And obviously the big one, the big Christmas title from Microsoft is Halo. They didn't show any real single-player gameplay. Maybe a little bit shy after last year's showing. And they showed a lot of multiplayer, and it's just positive. Like, everyone's pretty happy now. That's what everybody wants the most. I'm sure the single player will be amazing, but the multiplayer looked really cool. I haven't played a lot of Halo since Halo 3, I'll admit. They've been a little bit hit and miss. Reach was good, but 4 and 5, 3-4 Industries have a lot of work to do, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll be good. The multiplayer looked really good. The grappling hook looks so good. It is free to play, so yes, microtransactions, etc. Battle passes will not expire, which is a very, very cool idea. So you don't have this time. You're not restrained to time to pay for a battle pass, have a season and a time to finish it off. No, you can just keep going. You can buy older ones, unlock what you want, and keep playing at your own pace, which is really, really good. Nothing is, you can't purchase anything to make yourself better. It's all cosmetic. So any microtransactions are optional. They're not forced. It's if you want to pay for them, you can make yourself a little bit prettier. But the trailer was so good. Grappling hook up, pulling people out, throwing them to the ground, shooting from a distance was really cool. The drawback, the visuals look really cool. Definitely look like this sprint, which is, it's needed. You need a sprint. Like, a lot of people don't like it, but you do need a sprint. Sorry, I forgot I made a shake. I need to drink my shake. Yes, Garfield. Come here. Say hello. It's not your dinner time yet. But yes, overall, really good show. 30 odd games, 27 Game Pass, amazing. Really, really, really happy with the show. I give it a 7 out of 10. Probably a little bit too much CGI, but they'll get there. I mean, we've got a big footprint of games coming out. And the best thing is the amount of exclusives. Now, the whole Bethesda thing, I can't believe there's still people after this, but the whole Bethesda thing about, no, those come to PlayStation 5, they come to PlayStation 5, they can't afford to. They just spent $1 billion on a studio or publisher. They're not coming to PlayStation 5. Starfield, not coming to PlayStation 5. All the Bethesda games they just announced, all the other games out of world, they're not coming to PlayStation 5. PC, TVs, cloud, phones, whatever you want, Xbox consoles, not PlayStation. There's just not. So accept that, suck it up. If you want to play Starfield, just like, if I want to play Spider-Man, I've got to play it on the PlayStation 4. If I want to play Street Fighter, I've got to play it on my PlayStation 4. If I want to play Final Fantasy, I have to play that on my PlayStation 4. If I want to play Final Fantasy 16 in the first 12 months, PlayStation. If I want to play Forspoken, 2 years, PlayStation. So if Sony does this, it's fine for Sony to lock games away from Xbox, but Xbox isn't allowed to lock games away from Sony. It's competition. It breeds better competition between each other. It means Sony has to do better. They can't just rely on paying for timed exclusives. They need to really ramp up their studios and start giving us more than just third-person action games, story-driven. I mean, that's pretty much it. They're lacking in the online department. It looks like they're trying to fix that, which is good. A couple of studios that have just been formed from Sony, they're bringing out so they can compete in the online area. But at the moment they just don't. Forza, best racing game. Halo's up there. A lot of people are going to be playing a lot of these shooters like Outriders into Game Pass day one. It just lifts the numbers up. Everyone's going to do it. And yeah, the exclusive thing is, it should be over. There is no Bethesda games coming to PlayStation. If you want them, play them on PC, play them on Xbox, play them on your phone via the cloud. And we'll go quickly. Been talking for a while, but we'll go quickly over the release list. We had a few dates leak as well. So 2021, Microsoft, we got Flight Simulator. There's a few others in Game Pass, obviously, but Flight Simulator, Grounded, Psychonauts 2, Forza Horizon 5, Age of Empires 4, As Dust Falls, Crossfire X, Big Halo Infinite holiday. Very strange we didn't get a date for Halo Infinite. Very strange. Hopefully it doesn't slip, but like Horizon might. That's a bit scary. Dates for 2022: Forza Motorsport, Starfield in November, Redfall in winter Australia, summer America. The 2 timed exclusives from Bethesda that are on PlayStation this year, Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, are coming next year for Xbox 2022. I assume we see Wolfenstein 3 in 2022. I still haven't announced it. I'm assuming that's a lot of motion capture in that game. So I'm guessing it's been delayed. And they got Forza, they got Halo, they've got plenty of games there. Grounded should come out as well this year. They probably don't. Even if it's early 2022. The 1.0 of Grounded should be out. 2023 from Microsoft's going to see Avowed, Contraband, Fable, Hellblade, and Perfect Dark. So that's going to be a massive, this is Game Pass. This is what they want. They want these games to go into Game Pass. They want a big game every quarter. So every 3 months, big hitter from Microsoft. Other games in there to fill in, big games. They can do that. Avowed, Contraband, Fable, Hellblade, Perfect Dark. I mean, that's more than a quarter. So, that's 5 games. There's 1 extra in there. So that's really good for 2023 if it's true and games don't slip. Little disappointed that we found out Everwild has been rebooted. Don't know what that means. I'm assuming they mean gameplay. New directors come in, and a bit of an overhaul because they had a few gameplay ideas and they were a bit confused as to what one they were going to go with. But looks like they kind of rebooted it. It's going to be 2024, which is pretty disappointing, but it's coming. And then of course we got Project Mara. There'll be a sequel to Doom. We've got Elder Scrolls 6, Indiana Jones, Fallout 5's also been confirmed, Gear 6 has also been confirmed, Outer Worlds 2, State of Decay 3, coming 2024 and beyond. Some of those might be 2020, 2003, we don't know yet, but there's plenty of games, and there's other games from the studios which have popped up before, those projects that haven't been quite finished yet, but they're coming. You've got Project Insight from Ninja Theory, there's a IO Interactive, Project Dragon, there's a Hideo Kojima project game is coming out with no name at the moment. There's Project Missouri from Obsidian that Josh Sora is running. Compulsion Games new IP, that should be 2023. Rare's working on another IP besides Everwild. In Exile's got their RPG, which is a new IP as well. The Coalition's also working on another game besides Gears. And Obsidian's also working on another smaller title with Brendan Elder and Carrie Patel. Who knows when we'll see those, or it's probably a long time away, but it's all set up for Game Pass. And that's my third point I want to go is Game Pass. There's just so much coming into Game Pass. Like, it's just crazy the amount of games that's coming into Game Pass. 12 minutes, Hades, Ascent, we've been over these, there's one Back 4 Blood, Scorn, Shredders, Among Us, The Gunk, Forza, Halo, Psychonauts, Flight Sim, Age of Empires, The Ascent. It's just crazy the amount of games coming in. It's just insane the amount of games coming into Game Pass. They had this little trailer as well to show off everything coming to Game Pass. The value is just insane, and that's what they want. They want one big game every quarter going forward. They've got 23, 24 studios at the moment. They've got more coming in apparently, which we should see later in the year. Some smaller studios. I don't think it's going to be anything huge. But yeah, it should happen pretty soon. Yeah, a whole bunch of Bethesda games went into Game Pass. Sorry, I'll edit out that little blank of me doing this. Evil Within 2, a whole bunch of Fallout games, Rage, Wolfenstein 2, Like a Dragon. So the whole bunch of Bethesda games went into Game Pass. Day 1 this year, Sable, Gunk, Scorn, we just went over that, Hades, Among Us, so many games. And coming in the future to Game Pass, Outer Worlds, Contraband, Starfield, Redfall, Replaced, Party Animals, Atomic Heart is in Game Pass, Somerville, which looks pretty cool, Plague Tale, Stalker 2. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, like Indiana Jones, Perfect Dark. Game Pass is what they're using. So yes, renting, if you want to buy it, walk in the shop and buy it. If you're playing something Game Pass and you like it, get the 10% discount digitally, or walk into the shop and buy it. All this, oh yeah, I don't rent games. Mate, seriously, people do. We run our music now, we run our movies now. Who goes, nobody goes and buys movies. The collectors do, yes, and there's plenty of collectors that want the disc and that. And hey, I got Resident Evil 8 on disc, I got PlayStation 4 games on disc. I like physical media. I'll buy it if I want to at a cheaper price and put it on my shelf, and then I can collect it. I don't need to go and spend $124.95 in Australia at the moment at launch. Wait till the game drops if you want the disc. You don't need to buy it at launch. Save your money. There's better things you can spend money on. Okay? Seriously, gaming is an expensive hobby. Overall, I'll shut up now. Overall, the conference was a 7 out of 10. To be better, they could have spoken a little bit about less CGI, and I didn't get Banjo-Kazooie. I need my Banjo. I need remakes and a sequel. Like, just give it to us. We've got Tony Hawk remasters out there, which are amazing. Spyro, Crash. Like, if we can do those, why can't we do Banjo? Yeah, it's time, Microsoft. It's time. Come on, give us Banjo-Kazooie, please. And my biggest games that I didn't see at the show. Perfect Dark is one of them. Huge Rare fan, Nintendo fan, so I really, really, really wanted to see Perfect Dark, but it's 2023. It's a bit off. So overall, 7 out of 10. I know a lot of people want to grill me because I'm console warring. Yes, Phil, I'm console warring again. But they had a good show. Hopefully Sony will have a show of their own this month or next, and we can see what they got cooking. I think a lot of their stuff's going to be a little bit way out because they're just putting out banger after banger after banger on PlayStation 4. They were killing it. Studios were working extra hard, so give them some time. They'll take off. They'll hit us hard with Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man 2, New Uncharted. They'll keep going. Last of Us Online. They got plenty of things to show, but I thought Xbox was really good, and I think Nintendo, they're not going to show us too much tomorrow morning. I'll quickly touch on them. I don't expect a lot from them. Maybe a Breath of the Wild trailer for next year. Hopefully a 2D Metroid. Hopefully a Donkey Kong game. But again, it's Nintendo. They know how to disappoint. I love them, but they know how to give us exactly what we don't want. Where's Netflix? Where's our N64 and our GameCube games on Switch? There's ways to play those games on the Switch, but they're not exactly legal, if you get my drift. Typical Nintendo. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Nintendo blows us out of the water tomorrow. I've just got my expectations low, considering how everybody else performed, like Square and Capcom were just... Xbox was solid, 7 out of 10. I'm just going to stick with that, and hopefully we'll get to see something good from Nintendo tomorrow and Sony soon. And at the moment, it's just really, really good time for gaming coming up. Gamepass is killing it. Gives me plenty to play, too much to play. I think I'll get into Star Wars next and finish that one off. And there's a few games I want to get into as well. Now that they're getting the Series X updates. Anyway, that's my opinion on the event. I might even do a Nintendo one if it's decent. If it's not decent, I ain't gonna bother. But I might talk about Nintendo tomorrow night. See what happens. Thanks for listening to me ramble on, guys. And I'll do this again soon. Take care, everyone.